Hi guys, welcome back to our channel and you are watching Dexter's World. Today let me inspire you about this colony breeding of these African lovebirds and parakeets. Because there are two options actually that we can choose whether to breed our lovebirds in colony or in battery type cages. Well, the first one is less laborious and it's easy to manage. But there are a lot of things that we should consider before we're gonna become successful. And the first one is we have to provide them with a very spacious cage. So let me tour you inside and I would like to explain you why. Come on, let's go. This is a big cage for 20 pairs of matured African lovebirds. The measurement of this is actually 3 meters in width. We have also 2.5 meters in height, and we have this length of 3 meters. And this cage is very spacious for a 40 pieces or 40 heads of these African lovebirds. Actually, there are 20 pairs. And the importance of having a big cage is actually to provide them with good environment, because these birds are highly territorial, that they have the tendency to kill each other over their territory. So providing them with a very spacious cage is really a success for the colony breeding. And another tip that I can share with you in colony breeding is to put in the breeding cage perfect pair. Yes, you heard it right. Because if there is one extra male or there is one extra female, then that would create chaos. That would create some trouble, because this extra male or this extra female would have the tendency to disturb the pairs that are already settled in their individual cages. So never put an extra in the breeding cage. That's the number 2 tip that I can share with you. And this is my own personal observation, and I've been listing all the pros and cons in the colony breeding, and I have just concluded that colony breeding can be achieved and can be perfected if we are just going to follow the steps that I am going to share with you. The number 3 tip, which is very important, is to provide them with extra nesting boxes. Yes, you heard it right again. Extra nesting boxes. Because they are highly territorial and they are picky with environment and, you know, this nest boxes. If you have 20 pairs, you provide them with 30 nest boxes so that all these birds will have their choices and they will not fight over nest boxes. So that is very important. We don't have to neglect this one. And I have also learned this from you guys. I have experienced that when you are going to provide them with limited, very limited boxes, nest boxes for that matter, then they will fight and it will result to some death of some birds. I'm happy that we already have produced plenty of chicks. These are very cute chicks that are now growing inside and very healthy. And I can conclude that we are progressing in our colony breeding of these African lovebirds. And also, I can sense that in the next couple of days or even months from now, we're gonna be seeing lots of chicks of these birds. And we can do a good business out of the colony breeding of these African birds. And maybe you will ask, Dexter, are the tips that you are sharing is applicable to all types of birds? Well, I suppose that it is applicable because these are the basic tips. And another thing that I can share with you is we have to maintain flight cages. Well, these flight cages are the cages where you will put all the newly weaned chicks of the birds. And this is also the case where they can find naturally their partner if you are pairing naturally. And then if they will age, meaning if they will become matured and they already have their individual pairs, then you can get them from the flight cage and put them in the breeding cage. That's why I said that it's very important that you have to put in complete pairs, no extra, because this extra can really cause a lot of trouble. And another thing that I can share with you is the importance of the water. Yes, you heard it right. Water is really very important. If we have to look after the welfare of our birds, the health, and even the productivity of our birds, we have to put water. Because these birds, fowls, don't have sweat glands. They cannot store liquids in their bodies. And if we will allow that they will run short of this water, then it will really affect their productivity, and worse, it will affect their health. It will cause some diarrhea. It will even cause death of our birds. So the water is really very important. And of course, we have to supplement that with vitamins and minerals. And you will see right here, though this water is just put in a very little container, but we have monitored this one every now and then. We have changed the water, and right here we also have this container so that they will really have opportunities to drink whenever they are thirsty. And the worst thing that we will prevent to happen in the colony cage or in colony breeding is the proliferation of the mites and ants. That's really very tragic. If we are infested with mites, then these birds will really have hard time producing eggs because their concentration will be on the itchiness of their bodies. So mites can also invade if we fail to maintain the cleanliness of our colony cage. So you will see right here, the cage is really clean, and we are constantly monitoring the presence of the ants because these ants also can consume the chicks and they will eat the chicks. So this will cause us failure, and we will be wasting the money that we have invested and even the time that we have invested if we will not have these measures in place in our breeding system. So I instructed my staff to really very careful about the cleanliness. We have to clean this regularly. We have to sweep every morning so that the ants and the mites could not infiltrate the colony cage. So you will see right here that they're so happy, they're so noisy. That's why I'm raising my voice. And you will see that we have here What's this? We have new babies, and we are actually monitoring also the inbreeding, especially in this parakeet, because we are infusing new breeds, new lines from different sources. We will get the male, and then we will infuse some breeding lines so that we can avoid inbreeding. And this will also greatly affect the productivity or the kind of quality or the quality of the birds that we're gonna produce. So we are gaining actually, and you will see that in this business, we don't have problem about the market, because here in our place, the market is so high, the demand is so high. If I will put some 30 heads or even more at the pet store, it will not reach even 3-4 days. This will be bought instantly by our customers. And what I have here inside are the babies of this bird. Let me disturb one baby. There are actually 4 right there inside the bamboo, and wow. They're so well and they're so healthy, and very soon they're gonna be weaned and they will have their independence from their parents. What's this? Oh. And we have here newly weaned babies right here. Oh, I'm sorry. And this is what I am explaining, that the newly born babies, when already pushed outside by the parents, would have somehow difficulty in, living or surviving. That is why we provided them with this cage, so that the babies can be protected and the parents will just come down under and feed the babies. So these are actually the best practices that we can share with you, and these babies could just fly out if they already have that strength and the ability to live independently together with the flock of birds. So I'm so happy with this business, and I would like you also to follow and prosper in the field of breeding these birds, because this is lucrative. And I'm so thankful because more and more people have chose to become members of the Dexter's World. And I would like to thank you, men, for the membership and for joining us in this family. And those of you who would like to become a member, of course it has a minimal fee, and your membership would somehow fuel me in this particular endeavor, that I'm giving my tips for free and my experiences to become helpful and maybe beneficial to those who are new beginners of this hobby or this business. And we have this special type of birds that are here. Actually, we have this cockatiel, and we have this opaline breeds of African. And you will see that they have really beautiful colors. And I'm planning to transfer them all at the house. And actually this week, we are due to fabricate our cage for this cockatiel, and also this special breed of African birds. I know that you have concern about mixing the breeding of this Alps 1 to Alps 2, the non-eye-ring to the eye-ring. Well, I addressed the problem, and actually we have already the pure lines of birds, and they are so beautiful and so adorable. And we are also looking forward to have these finches. You know, before we only desire for this cockatiel, and now we have here a good pair to start with. Actually 8 pieces or 8 heads of these birds, and they really have adjusted. And I am so happy that I see some of them, this cockatiel and even this African lovebirds breeding. They are already mating. The soonest possible time, we have to fast track the construction or the fabrication of our aviary at home, so that we can transfer and monitor their health, their conditions, and even the productivity, so that we can start a good business out of these cockatiels and other types of birds in the future. Maybe we can also try raising finches and even this Indian ringneck. So that's the thing that I'm very excited about. So just stick around with this channel because we're gonna be revealing to you our secrets so that you will also become prosperous and be able to maintain your own business out of these birds. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you will continue to like and share our videos. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, may we humbly ask you to please subscribe. And if you wanted to become a member, well, I would be very glad to, consider your membership to this channel, because aside from doing business, we are also supporting other beneficiaries of this channel, and your help and your subscription would be a great help. Only here at Dexter's World!